John Allen with a point. Derek, is it true about Kasanwirjo? He was on the bench for the Netherlands under-21s in their match against England, I think it was. Came off the bench and looked like he'd done... he went to sort of put his leg out for the ball and he fell to the ground. Looks like he may have encountered, by the looks of things, by going by the footage that I witnessed, a knee injury. He was visibly shaken at the time, went straight down the tunnel to receive treatment. Let's just hope it's nothing serious, Joshua. Looking at it, it looks bad. I'm not going to lie. And given Rangers' history with injuries, I'm expecting the worst.
Yeah, it didn't look great. We're still trying to ascertain exactly what the news is. Obviously, with these, especially with knee injuries, it tends to be you need to allow the swelling to go down a little bit before materializes exactly what the injury is. But yeah, like everyone else, you look at that clip and it doesn't fill you with confidence. He's someone that I think has really kind of been coming onto a game at Rangers, hasn't he? There's been this discussion of where does he play. He's always looked really calm when he's played, regardless of the position, regardless of the fact that he's been put into different positions. Maybe wasn't great at left back at points up at Aberdeen, but wasn't alone on that night, and maybe not performing at his best. But yeah, I'm sure Coppin and Clement and others will be crossing their fingers, especially going into this stretch of December, Derek. Because I think if you were to ask me just now, if you were to say what team should Rangers start in the League Cup final, presuming that they're all fit, presuming they've got a bit of a run of games between now and then, I'd be inclined to have a back four of probably at the moment Sterling, Suter, who I thought his ball for Scotland's goal last night was incredible, and he's been really good for the national team. Kasanwirjo and Chefty at left back. That's probably the back four I would go for. I think that in Old Firm games, Rangers haven't been able to forget the technical aspect of the game and the tactical aspect, and the fact that Celtic have spent more money on players. I don't think Rangers have been able to compete with them in terms of the legs that they have across the front, especially the front six of the pitch and Rangers back six of the pitch. So still trying to ascertain exactly the severity of that, and if we do get any news, we'll let people know. But yeah, it would be if it was a bad injury, it would be a huge blow. Just got to wait and see what the actual outcome is. Yeah,
if it's a knee injury like that, then we may not see him again this season. I've seen many players getting injured like that, and we touched wood that it's just more precautionary than anything else, but the optics don't look good. So yeah, fingers crossed for Narisho with regards to that. You touched on John Suter. I never watched Scotland last night, but I did see that cross. James with the point says, what a cross for Scotland last night. You need to get John getting these crosses in for Rangers. Who knew he had that in his locker, Joshua?
Well, to be fair, he's more of a ball carrier than long passer, but I do think I think Suter has been really good. Well, is really good fair? I think it is fair, actually. Maybe not really good because Rangers are 9 points behind. In context, I think he's been pretty good. I'll rephrase.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, he's been consistent. I mean, the thing with Suter, you've got to remember, Rangers have got a lot of things wrong from a recruitment point of view in the last few years. But if you told people that Suter would play as regularly as he is now when he joined, I don't think I'd have believed you. So it has been a really good signing. And he's 28 years old, coming into his peak. It seems enough to be in a really good place. I mean, it was a fantastic ball and great win for Scotland. Great header at the back post as well. But that was probably the best cross he'll play in his entire career.
Let's hope not. I'm really hoping there's more in a blue jersey, in a light blue jersey than the one in dark blue. But yeah, good to see he's getting his chance for the national team now. He's bided his time for a while. So getting opportunities on the international stage, and certainly by all accounts did very well last night and also at the weekend as well. Another player who did well, Joshua, is Yanis Hadji, a man of the match performance, no less, for Romania, as he thumped Cyprus by 4-2, claimed an assist as well. Big clamour now, surely, for him to get more game time. I thought we would have seen, I know he was suspended for a couple of games domestically after that sending off when he made his return against St Johnstone, wasn't it? But I was hoping to see more of him. Surely we see him at the weekend.
Who have they got? Dundee United at home? Maybe. Yeah, I don't think. I think the clamour existed before last night. I didn't watch that game, but with Hadji, Derek, I feel like it's kind of it's common sense fair that he's got limitations to his game, but everyone in the Rangers squad does, because they wouldn't be at Rangers otherwise. And I think the argument is, well, use him for, if you've got to use him, and you've got to use him in periods. He's not going to fix the whole situation, but he's definitely not going to make it worse. He probably helps in little ways. I definitely think if you're Yanis Hadji sitting there on the bench against Hearts, you're probably pretty frustrated that you've not come on to the pitch. So it won't do him any harm at all last night. I didn't know he'd got the man of the match performance, but I did see a couple of clips on Twitter this morning. So yeah, we've discussed it over the international break, have we? I mean, I don't think he'd be someone who necessarily, now he might be, but if you were to ask me now I don't think he starts every single game in December. But should he have a part to play? Does his quality supersede others in that squad in those attacking areas? Yes. That it just feels like a common sense argument that he should play a little bit more football to me, Derek.
I'd be tempted to start him, I've got to admit.
Would you?
Coming off the back of doing ever so well for your country, you'll be buzzing surely from that.
I think the argument is.
I don't think of that.
Yeah, I think the argument, or what's a fair argument, is that if you look at that midfield three, and we discussed it just before the break, especially in games at home at Ibrox, you don't need Diomande, Barron, and Raskin. I don't think that gives you enough goal threat. That's why Tom Lawrence has played. For me, Hadji maybe isn't as much of a goal threat as Tom Lawrence, but I'd rather have him in that number 10 position because he brings others into play. It's going to be interesting to see what starting 11 Clement goes with. Obviously, they've got Nice away on the Thursday and then St Johnstone away on the Sunday after that, isn't it? The following week. But
he won't be in France, so
yeah, no, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I mean, I guess we've seen Barami and Hadji play those kind of two roles a little bit. In a game against Dundee United at home, you'd like to think that Rangers do spend a lot of time in the opposition's half, and therefore they maybe have Chefty as the kind of high and wide option on the left, which allows Barami and Hadji to move in field. So yes, I don't mind your theory there.